Come in. Afternoon, Nurse Bachman.
Dr. Handel, I have the papers you were expecting from the board this morning. Also, Dr. McSorley called from the Chicago Institute. He wants to set up a meeting. And also,
Thank you, Natalie, but I'm in the middle of compiling past review sessions.
Sorry, sir. There's one other thing.
What is it?
Well, you have a patient.
Natalie, it's Thursday. I don't have sessions today. It's the one day of the week I have time to focus on my publication.
I understand that, sir, and normally I wouldn't disturb you over a patient. It's just under the circumstances.
Who is it?
It's Ross, sir.
Daniel Ross? He asked for me.
Verbatim, he wants to set up a session. Should I tell him not today, or...?
No. It's just this... Well, this is very interesting. He hasn't had a session in several months.
He asked for noon.
5 minutes? Okay, that's fine. It's just, for a patient like Ross, who has been through so much psychologically, to finally get through to a man in his state, it could do wonders for the publication.
Well, this is good news, sir.
Yes, quite. He's just another patient. Just another patient. Send him in. Good afternoon, Mr. Ross. I trust you're feeling well today.
Yes, sir, I'm fine. Trust you're doing well as well?
I'm good. Thank you, Mr. Ross. That'll be all, Nurse Natalie. Please, have a seat. I understand you want an evaluation?
Correct.
Let's begin, shall we?
Please.
Now tell me, Mr. Ross, have you had any feelings of depression over the last 6 months?
Not really, no.
What about urges?
Not recently. I've really been sort of bored.
Bored?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing a lot of thinking about myself, my past, why I'm here. I brought myself here, Dr. Handel. It was really my petty decisions which led me to the state that I'm in. I'm no longer afraid to admit that I'm an actual
Addict?
Well, I would have much rather say the words myself.
My apologies.
That's fine. But I feel like I strive to make a greater improvement. I mean, for the past few months I've been playing Sudoku just to keep my mind at ease. You know, going from despondent to violent.
Go on.
With the drugs, I felt like another person. It was too much. I mean, I'm fine with finally accepting the blame.
Mr. Ross, this is the most personable you've been with me in your entire 17-month stay.
I can't believe it's taken me this long to finally realize it.
What, may I ask, brought on all this analytical reflection?
Well, it started a few months ago. I don't know if you remember. I tried biting one of the male nurses again.
I recall that incident. Poor Carlton.
I was lying in that bench, strapped in, and I thought, is this how a human being behaves? And something in me just clicked. I hadn't felt like that in ages. It was like that feeling I used to get when I was high, but it was like a different kind of high, like a new kind of high. And I think, no. I know that I've come to terms with myself. I'm no longer that man.
Losing family can have a predominant effect on the mind, Daniel. It can be something so traumatic that no one can expect what will happen. Now, in your case, with all the abuse that you put on yourself, you lost sight of your own personal reality. Now, you have been through a lot over the past year and a half, I understand that. And I commend you for your current progress, but what is it that you want now, Daniel?
What do you mean?
Well, what's the point in this session? What do you want to gain?
Gain? Doctor, I'm under the impression you feel I have ulterior motives here.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it, Ross. You have been able to fool us before. This is the first session you've had, much less requested, in 6 months. So why now? I mean, you would understand why I'm a tad skeptical.
Look, I know I was a bad guy. For God's sakes, I pawned my daughter's toys and sold my wife's jewelry. And for what? Drug money. They left me, and I lost it. But in every man's life, I believe that with the cost of punishment, there can be redemption.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Ross. I would like to have a few more sessions with you. I do believe that we can make greater progress. And perhaps in a few months or so, I can take your case up with the board and we can discuss a consideration for your release.
Thank you, Doctor.
But keep in mind, not every patient with a history like yours tends to turn around so suddenly.
Doc, I understand, and I'll be the first to admit that I'm not completely done here. Even after I'm granted my release, I'd still like to seek counseling. I mean, perhaps from you if you'll still have it.
We'll see. I'm just happy to see that there is some progress in you after all. You would understand why I'm a tad skeptical. I do believe that we can make consideration.
Well, I find it it's much easier to keep one's calm and collected as a professional dancer.
Excuse me? Dancer?
Well, yeah, certainly you'll hear from me in the next few months when, sorry, if I get released, I'll be doing my Broadway ballets.
Broadway? I'm sorry, Mr. Ross. Is this a joke?
I take my dancing very seriously, Doctor, and I don't think you do the same. So as I was saying, my ballet is about young love, heartache, and Fred Astaire and Susie Lollipop.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ross. I think we need to end this session a bit short. I just remembered I have a meeting.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Oh, Nurse Natalie, what a beautiful setup. I'm assuming you'll be attending my ballet. Thank you, Doctor.